Sure, I remember the Kosher kitchen. I used to eat there 40 years ago. Food wasn't bad.
It was a sort of gregarious, open, friendly place, not necessarily with all the fancy trimmings that a Lucille's would have in New York, but it was just much more comfortable and much more friendly. So we enjoyed it.
It was unusual for a progressive or radical activist group to be working in the Jewish community.
The Jewish quote-unquote establishment, I think, didn't get us.
We thought of ourselves as revolutionaries. You organize around unmet needs of a community. And there was no kosher restaurant in Washington. I said, great, we could do it around kosher food, around values that are important.
It wasn't only about food, it was about raising consciousness.
But one day, I got a piece of chopped liver. Well, it tasted kind of funny. I had to speak to the manager. No, we don't have a manager. We are a collective. We are all equal. We take decisions together. What? They thought they were on a kibbutz? They didn't realize that they were living in America?
We had decided that every person in the collective would learn to do every job, but the quality varied.
I think we were far more invested than we would be in any other job. It was 24/7, but worth it because it was ours and we were creating something.
Most restaurants, when they decide what the price is going to be for the food that they present, they look at all their raw ingredients and all their expenses and they said, how much can we market this up? What kind of profit can we make? We did almost the opposite. We looked at all the prices and said, how low can we make this?
In fact, we felt very guilty, when we had a day where we made a profit. God forbid we call it a profit.
Kosher Kitchen was anti-profit to make a statement.
We are opposed to capitalism.
Anti-profit. Meshiga. What does all of this have to do with running a kosher restaurant? I could never figure that out.
So much of what is in our Torah, in our central teachings, have to do with justice. If you take justice out of Judaism, it falls apart, and we wouldn't be here. So we had the full backing of the Orthodox establishment. We had the full backing of the conservative establishment until we started having services on Rosh Hashanah for our community of young Jews who wouldn't step foot in a synagogue or a temple. They didn't really understand that we were much more than food.
We had speakers about somewhat controversial topics, Jewish funeral practices, Jewish feminism, Israel. We were there not just to be a nice place to eat, but we were there to try to educate the people in the Jewish community and the non-Jewish community to say, this is an issue.
The Jews were suspicious of us because we were leftists, and the left was suspicious of us because we insisted on asserting our Jewish identity.
It was a statement that your ideals can be lived, you can make a difference.
I don't think there has been, certainly since the Kosher Kitchen left, another restaurant like it. Do I ever think there will be? No, because I think unless you really have a group of people committed to the community rather than simply doing it as a business, you wouldn't have anything that would match the style and the ambiance and the fervor of the Kosher Kitchen.
Okay. Now I get it. Let's make a revolution. I understand that the same young people are still working in non-profit organizations and that the children are also active in trying to improve the world. Tikkun olam, as they say. There's my wallet. I want to give a few dollars, to help make this movie. I think it's an important story. It should be heard. I think everybody should participate. Maybe I'll pay my credit card online. So there's the wallet. Well, you can fade out now, because at my age, I'm already fading.